the fallout from comments made by U.S. Ambassador to South Africa, Reuben Brigety, continues. Let's get reaction from the chair of the ANC's International Relations Subcommittee, Obed Bapela. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News this evening. Just your reaction to those allegations made by the ambassador and the apology that Durko says was offered, as well as the ambassador's assertions that you as the ANC are very hostile to the United States of America.
No, thank you very much to the viewers of Full View. My position is the Deputy Chairperson of the ANC International Relations. And indeed, we were very, very disappointed with the comments by the Ambassador of the US, Mr. Brigety, about these accusations that he has leveled. I did meet with him 3 weeks ago. He raised the similar points, and we clarified what the ANC stands for. Our struggle in South Africa was anti-colonialism and anti-apartheid. And that has been the pusher, that has been our jacket, and it then says we can't come in now as an ambassador and change who we are and how we characterize ourselves as a movement in the left, and also anti-colonialism, anti-imperialism, and anti-neoliberalism. And if he does not believe in it, he must go to the literature of the ANC since its establishment and its evolution. We are part of the liberation movements globally that had gone through a struggle. So now for him then to go in that comments and remarks that it was just unfortunate of him. And also to lie and say he has never met ANC people, he has met me. And we even agreed on the agenda items that will then be tabling, because he has been asking for a meeting but never say what is the agenda. So I had to go as a deputy chair, and I engaged with the DSG Nombula Mkonyane as the chair to say we needed to have this meeting. We're planning the meeting to be sometime next month, with diaries also having to be engaged upon. But obviously he has now since apologized, but we still have explanations as to why he did what he did. If we ever meet him, we'll definitely be raising these particular issues.
All right, what, if anything, are you going to do besides express your dissatisfaction with Brigety?
Well, obviously, the issues of the behaviors of the ambassadors in any country, we leave it to the Department of International Relations. Mm-hmm. And it's up to the minister whether that the apology is enough or not enough. The cabinet might also receive a report from the minister, and it is up to the cabinet at that particular point if they accept the apology. And so I think let's leave the matters to where they are until we're able then to know what are the next steps besides the apology, or if it's enough or not enough.
All right, so as the ANC, you've said that the trust has been breached. Do you think that relationship can be mended? Are you going to try and continue with your plans for that meeting?
Well, we are still going to discuss as the International Relations Committee. One will then go within the collective as to whether we meet. There will be views, obviously, that we should not be meeting him anymore. There might be those that say maybe it's strategic to clarify and to clarify him by meeting him, because we are having relationships with the US. Yes, on ideological fronts, we are not the same and will never be the same. But on other global matters, we do support, or whenever there are issues. But obviously, our non-stand on non-partisan and non-aligned, obviously, is questioned in the US. And the Dr. Famadi had gone there to go and explain. And we will continue engaging until the body US understands why we are where we are, because we are part of the nations that says the war must come to an end. We are not supporting the war as South Africa, but taking advantage of Russia as a member of BRICS together with us. And China has already raised the issue of peace possibilities. Brazil has done so. South Africa has raised it when I led a delegation to Moscow recently to say the war is not the way to go, and we need to find ways. And they also agree that obviously they will not just go to the war to the end. Even the possibilities arises for them to go into negotiations, they will do. and they shared 4 points with us, and which they said, please say to South Africa and the ANC, these are the 4 issues fundamentally that will end or bring a ceasefire so that there can be talks. 1 or 2 of them obviously was the issue of the war in Ukraine can only come to an end if NATO, the USA, and Ukraine can be part of the negotiators on the table with Russia on all the issues that led to the war, and then until they find each other. Secondly, that the demilitarization of the environment in NATO is another, where the NATO forces on the ground, the armed bandits have been armed, they are on the ground.
All right.
Mercenaries have volunteered to be there. So those are the issues that we really want to engage and take them to the United Nations and see if we cannot have other ears and bodies that can really take this course.
The Deputy Chairperson of the ANC's International Relations Subcommittee, Obed Bapela, thanks so much for your time on SABC News.